Hi everybody, it's Nancy at Notably Nancy YouTube channel, and today is an exciting day. We're having the Scarpa SL Active unboxing, and I want to talk about if these Scarpa boots are worth it, and also 6 tips for breaking in your boots. Okay, so if you've been part of my channel before, you know that when I'm not teaching, my passion is hiking. Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, why Scarpa. Okay, this is a worn out pair of boots. Okay, and I decided they're actually for my son, both hike, but I decided because he is an avid hiker that I really wanted to go to the top of the line. And I want to talk about these Scarpa and really, truth in reporting, tell you what my opinions are. First of all, he came back from 2 hikes limping. These are the top of the line Scarpa, and I want to talk to you about what's the deal. Okay, so first of all, let me take them out of the box. And let's talk about these. Okay, these are the Scarpa SL Active. Okay, they're made in Italy, and I've had really great experience with Scarpa boots in the past, and that's why I was ready to go ahead and make the investment and spend the money on top of the line Scarpa. So here they are. Okay, they're a pretty stiff leather hiking boot. Now, one thing I'm going to say right out of the gate is, for the cost of these boots, I was really pretty disappointed in the insert. I'm trying to take it out, but like, really, for what you pay for these boots, shouldn't it be like a little better than this? Okay, but anyways, this is what it is, and we'll address that a little bit later. Okay, what I want to really go into, because whatever boots you buy are a pretty big investment, and you do it every few years. So I think because you do it every few years, it's really important to remember what do you need to do to successfully break in your boots. And these are the top 6 tips that I want to go over with you. And also, how long does it take to break them in? First of all, it depends on the boots. These are my boots. Okay, they're Salomon, as you can see, and I've hiked in them for the last couple years. As you can see, they're kind of a more flexible boot. They were a lot more comfortable right out of the box. The Scarpas take some breaking in. There's no 2 ways about it, and there's no kind of quick fix about breaking in these boots. And if you don't do it right and you don't take the time to do it right, it's very possible that you'll have problems, okay? Before we get into the tips, that being said, really important, this is like a match that needs to be made in heaven, okay? But you only can have kind of so much of an idea when you're buying them in the store. Okay, so it's kind of like do your best and hope for the best, and let's get into these 6 tips. Okay, number 1, take them home. You're not going outside with these yet. You're not taking them out of the box and going on your hike to the Grand Canyon. That will be not what you want to do. Okay, you're taking them home, you're taking them out of the box. Put on whatever hiking socks you're going to wear with them. Now, I haven't tried them yet, but the brand is called Darn Good Socks. They're supposed to be excellent for hiking. Socks, believe it or not, really make a difference. Invest in them. Also, I would suggest with these Scarpas, I haven't done it yet, but if this is the best they can do, like, we need to invest in an insert that's going to have some support. Okay, depending on your foot, it might be heel support, it might be an arch support, but really think about that. So for the first few days, even though you're itching to get out on the trail, you need to just take some time to walk around the house with them in the socks that you're going to wear, with the insert you're going to wear. And what this does is, if for some reason your foot is not adjusting to this, okay, you haven't been out on the trail. You can still have the opportunity to take them back, switch them out. The other thing I would say is go to a reputable place, like who sells these, who knows how to fit, who knows what they're doing, because it's so important to get a good fit. And what's a great shoe for one person may not be an appropriate fit for somebody else. Okay. After you've done that for a couple days, the leather should be softening up a little bit. Okay, these are really hard. Now, the other thing you can do to just get some flex in them is with your hands. You know, start like bending them and really like working with them. Also, putting wax on them can really soften up the leather, but you need to do that. After you've had them in the house for a couple days, you want to run some errands around town. Okay, what you're checking for is, how are they doing in terms of your foot and harder pavement? Are there any kind of like pressure points or rubbing points? If there are, I'm not going to actually go into it in this video, but there are different lacing tips that really, really make a difference. So make sure you check that out, whether you need more room in the toe area or the width, or you need more support in the heel. The lacing of your boots can make a huge difference. Tip 5 is you're going to go for an easy hike. Okay, this is like a walk down the block, an easy trail, something that's easy for you. And again, why are you doing that? Because you're working these in. What you don't want to do, and I'm saving you the hassle of doing this, is, especially with a stiff, inflexible hiking boot, you do not want to take them out of the box onto the trail and hope for the best, because you may come home limping and, whoa, what a disappointment. Okay, as I said before, these Salomon, they were pretty comfortable out of the box, but as you can see, it's a whole different kind of boot. Also, you need to really think about what's the weight of your pack. How are you carrying the weight? Because that's going to affect how your boot's doing. So the last step is you want to take them out on a less easy hike, still not your extreme challenge hike. Okay, you should have your pack on, be thinking about the weight, gradually step into the incline and see how it's doing. I have read that people, if they're having like a heel problem or a toe problem, may do some taping. I personally have never done that. I've hiked Western United States, Europe, and Israel. I'm not discounting the taping idea. I just don't have experience with it, so I'm not going to really go into that, but it's an option. Okay. 2 things not to do. Disaster. Okay. Do not soak them in water and something magical is supposed to happen. In general, that's not what happens. The other thing I've heard that people do is fill bags with water and put the water into the shoes and put the shoes into the freezer. I've heard more horror stories and haven't read about any success stories. Another magical thinking idea is that you are instantly going to take a blow dryer and blow the inside and warm it up. And in addition to warming it up, you can dry out the leather in the boot and melt the glue. So don't go there, okay? Again, no quick fixes for breaking these in fast. It takes time. Do what you need to do. And I will also say, truth in reporting, it could be, and it's a sad story, and I'm not sure. I'm going to give you an update in a different video on if this is our case, but it could be just like with in years and years ago when I used to ski. You know, you try on the old-fashioned fiberglass downhill skiing boots in the store, and they seem great. You know, everything's great, and you don't really get a 100% idea of how this is going to, how these are going to be for you until you're skiing down the hill. Same with these Scarpa. Okay, I have heard stories that people just don't, it's not a good match between their foot and the boot, in which case, you know, like with us, okay, these have already been out a couple times. There's not something we can return here. Okay, so I hope we'll be able to work with them and get them broken in and get the right insert and the right socks so that they'll be usable. But it does happen, and I'm talking to myself as much as to you. Don't beat yourself up if it happens that even during your best guess and your best try, they weren't the boots you needed, and you might need to go back and start all over again with a new pair. But hopefully that won't happen. So let me know in the comments below what you think about the Scarpa SL Actives. What has your experience been with them, or another hiking boot that you love? And happy trails to you. Bye. See you next time.